trade delegation facilitated by the Trade and Investment Desk of the Nigerian High Commission in London was in the country to introduce British companies that are willing to work with Nigeria. Some of the places visited and sessions held by the delegation include the Presidency, the National Assembly, and some ministries and agencies of government. The trade delegation also visited some states of the Federation. From all indication, the trade delegation showed interest in education and power supply, and others include oil and gas, manufacturing, and the real estate. The team was particular in raising the level of education in the country through building some schools and wiping out illiteracy. The delegation in one of its sessions said it is keen in promoting trade and investment relationship between the UK and Sub-Saharan Africa, with particular interest in Nigeria. It also said it is satisfied with the anti-corruption fight of the federal government, which ultimately has encouraged investors to visit the country. In the course of the program, we will bring you some of the sessions by the trade delegation while in Nigeria. My guest on Diplomatic Ties today is Hassan Mohammed Hassan, Head of Industry and Trade Investment Desk of the Nigerian High Commission in London. Hassan Mohammed Hassan is also a director in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Welcome to Diplomatic Ties.
Thank you, Odin.
It's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
And my name is Omini Odan, and on Diplomatic Ties today, like I said, we shall be taking a highlight of what the UK trade delegation did in Nigeria, their expectations, and will it be just a talk show, or will it be a follow-up action after now? But this and more will be the package for today after this time out. Stay with us. Welcome back. Fine. You led the team to Nigeria.
That's right.
What informed this package or this mission to Nigeria?
UK people seem to believe very much in what's happening in Nigeria. The changes, the fight for corruption, fight for Boko Haram, kidnapping, and all what have you. They have seen the government and they see that the government is making headway. So they want, investors want to go to a place where they will invest and they will be assured of return on investment, and they will equally go to sleep with their two eyes closed. So the present Nigerian government, under the leadership of President Muhammad Buhari, is providing the ideal atmosphere for investors to come. Okay. That's one. The High Commission in London, especially the trade desk, is doing its best to encourage investors to come to Nigeria. Before, we used to have, I won't call it a talk shop, but they used to have Nigerians moving in droves to the UK to invest. We decided we want to turn the tide, and this investment drive has culminated into the visit of the delegation. Yeah. Number 3, in October, His Excellency the Vice President, he visited London, and we made it possible for him to meet with MPs. By MPs, I mean members of parliament that are of Nigerian heritage. He met with them and a host of other MPs, about 5 of them, and a commitment was reached that they will use their good offices to promote Nigeria to the investing public in the UK. And true to their words, 3 of them led this investment delegation that we received here in Abuja. So basically, these are the motivating factors, but not exclusive to them, but majorly these are the motivating factors that encouraged the investors to come. And this, I believe this type of engagement is not only restricted to the United Kingdom. There are so many countries coming here to see what they can do for us. They are, which is a good omen. It's a good sign that things are changing for the better. Yeah.
Now, one would want to ask, when a delegation of this magnitude comes to a particular country, the question will be, who are these guys? What was the composition like?
There are two. There is the Westminster Business Group. They led about 6 companies. There is the Africa House. The Africa House, in fact, has been cooperating with us, and they are the major promoters of this visit. The Africa House director, Mr. Emmanuel Findero, was instrumental to the visit, actually. So they came with about 7 companies. So together they have about 12 companies visited. Out of these 12, there is one Nigerian born in the UK who is, I think about 2 of them are on the delegation. And they have come, they've discussed, and I think they have struck a deal. Yeah.
Well, in most of the sessions held, the members of the delegation, the leadership, and other members made their impressions known. Let's take some snippets of these sessions, and thereafter we continue with the discussion. Stay on for this.
We are a trade delegation with looking at many different sectors, many different industries, all wanting to do business and to do partnerships with Nigeria and the UK to improve both our companies. And the Minister was very clear that he wants actions to come out. He wants there to be a one-stop shop. He wants Nigeria to be known as servicing trade and industry internationally and globally, and that he will monitor the outcomes himself personally. So I'm very encouraged by that, and I know it's in the interest both of Nigeria and the UK that we build on our sort of strong links, our strong relations, and we improve both our economies.
Thank you so much.
Very keen, especially on the president's corruption fight, which has encouraged us very immensely, and that has made all the investors to decide to come down.
Biggest interest is, one, I am Nigerian, even though I was born in the UK, and also we now have a new president, so it's important that we encourage the president to do well. For that to happen, we all have to come forward and to put our bit in. Don't look back and criticise, come forward with ideas.
So you heard what they said, their impressions and what have you.
That's right.
Now, they are concerned about education, real estate, all that. So what will happen after now?
The delegates, they are still, some of them have gone and some of them are still here. They are still negotiating. There is what they have that they call B2B session. The B2B session is business to business. Government is no longer involved.
Okay.
Yes, we've told them.
So it's strictly PPP thing?
Yeah, no, it's not PPP. It's B2B.
Okay, B2B.
B2B. Okay. There are businesses in UK and businesses in Nigeria. We have make them.
Okay.
So it's for them to pick the gauntlet and run.
Okay.
Good. So they are. That's why Mr. Gosni has not come. He is negotiating some memorandum of understanding with some partners, Nigerian partners. Okay. I was made aware that 17 agreements were reached in terms of memorandum of understanding, in terms of establishment of partnerships, and about 6 companies, Nigerian companies, have agreed to visit them in the UK to see how far they can push the matter forward.
Okay.
So I believe there is a very positive response from Nigeria.
It is one thing to reach memorandum of understanding
Yes.
or sign agreements.
Yes.
What would your desks over there do in terms of follow-up to ensure this work? Fine, you have come, you've done a mismatch of them, they are doing a B2B. Now, if you just left them alone, are you sure it will be sustained?
No.
If you don't monitor them?
No. Won't leave them alone. We'll encourage them.
Because also Nigerians are expecting that after this visit, so much hype on what they did in Nigeria, and what we expect maybe in a couple of months, maybe the next 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, we now hear again as a follow-up to the visit, some companies are established in Nigeria, or they are coming to boost whatever and whatever. So that's what we're talking about.
You see, these companies that we brought, we will want to get the multinationals involved. But what we have are medium-sized British companies. Medium-sized British companies, I mean, companies of share capital from 100 million pounds to 500 million pounds. Okay. So they are ready, and they want to establish names for themselves. So they see Nigeria as a place they can do business. So our efforts will be in vain if we don't follow up. So the fact that they left UK to come to Nigeria, they paid for hotel, they paid for visa, they paid so many things. The white man, the British businessman will not want to waste his money. Okay. So they are here for business, and strictly so.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, they were the presidency, they were the Minister of Transportation, they were at Trade and Investment,
yep,
and Niger Delta Ministry.
That's right.
My concern now, why go to Niger Delta Ministry? And also they went to some states of the Federation, particularly Anambra State. Why this concern?
Good. They went to presidency.
No, my concern is Niger Delta Ministry and the visit to some states, particularly Anambra States.
They didn't go to Anambra State as such.
Okay.
Maybe Anambra State delegation visited them.
Okay, I get it.
Okay.
Now. Beautiful.
And don't forget, one of the parliamentarians, the British parliamentarians, is, I told you, 2 of them are of Nigerian heritage. So Anambra State might be very important to her. Okay. Yes, because I believe one of her parents is from that place, Oka, okay. I think, okay. Oka. Okay. Yes, that's why the people are excited to come and maybe meet her.
Okay.
And also the director of Africa House, who happens to be Emmanuel Findero, is from his people, or I think they come from that part of Nigeria. So it's not unexpected. You yourself, you would be happy to see somebody from your place come in. Okay, so it's not unexpected. And in Niger Delta Ministry and Niger Delta Commission, that's where they signed agreement on propagation of agriculture, agro-allied, and food processing.
So this will even boost the diversification policy.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So Niger, in fact, Niger Ministry is they coming forward more than the other ministries, and I would have wanted them to visit science and technology. Unfortunately, we missed them out. Okay. The minister was there. His permanent secretaries and some top directors. We were held up somewhere. We couldn't make their date. Okay. But I would want to come, maybe the next time we're here, we'll engage with Ministry of Science and Tech, because it has something to do with diversification of the economy.
Okay.
Yes.
So I talked about M&E. What M&E are you going to put in place to monitor and ensure that whatever relationship or agreements reached are followed on to the end?
You mean monitoring and
Yes,
evaluation?
your desk, yeah.
Okay. Already,
Because whether I like it or not, the trade delegation have come, MOUs are signed,
yes.
ties
Follow-ups.
have been established.
Exactly.
So I want these ties really bonded together so that we move on from there.
Yeah. It's not only us. Everybody involved will make sure that they push it forward. The MPs are involved and they wouldn't want their visits to be in vain.
Yeah.
The company directors, the companies are not low-level people, that they came with directors of those companies because the MPs assured them they're coming to do some businesses in Nigeria. Okay. And the Nigeria desk is very excited because it's the trade desk there in Nigeria. I mean, in Nigeria High Commission, London.
Yes.
We will do all our best to ensure success. We made it possible to come here. So if we could do this, I think follow-up is not a big deal.
So in a way, we expect that maybe in the next 1 or 2 years, the trade volume between Nigeria and the UK would jack up.
Certainly, because in 2014, the Prime Minister of Britain, he came here. And it was agreed that we have to grow trade, grow investment between the two countries. Now, 2016, the trade relations, we have multiplied it by almost 2. Yes. So there are opportunities for Nigeria to engage effectively with the UK. And more so, UK being our colonial partners, there are so many things we can benefit from our relations with the UK. There is no language barrier. Culturally, almost there are sectors of this country that you will find a family that are living there. Yeah. You have very big population of Nigerians living in the UK. So all this, and they are doing very well. Some of them are doing very well, despite the fact that you still have some in jail and all what have you. But the majority of Nigerians are doing very well, and they are respected within the British business community. So I don't think I foresee a growing relationship and a boost in investment relations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're just joining us, the program you're watching is Diplomatic Ties, and we are taking a look at the ambience of the UK delegation to Nigeria. They came, they saw, and after they saw everything, what next? But more discussion on this after this time out. Stay with us. Now, let me say, after this mission, how regular will we have such missions to Nigeria?
It all depends on this visit. My belief is that this visit has been very, very successful. Going by the engagements, the agreements and MOUs that have been signed, and the determination of the British team to follow up. And already Nigerians, some of them said they are going there to look at their machinery, to look at what they have in place, so that they could engage much more effectively. So the success of the success of this event will catapult into many more that will come. So, and I believe the negative impression is now being reduced, is now being doused. So Nigerians will, the British people will definitely want to come. So I foresee a growth in relationship, a stronger growth in relationship.
So are you planning anytime soon to also move a delegation from
Yes,
Nigeria to the UK?
by the time we go, we'll assess, we'll look at the situation, and we also will engage with the MPs, because they happen to be our people and also British people. So the British will believe them. So we'll engage with them, and I believe they will do the magic again.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I just would ask you in a concluding part, what is your assessment between UK and Nigeria in terms of ties?
As I said earlier, the UK and Britain, we have a lot in common. It's historic, it's deep. One of the MPs once said she is a product of a relationship between a Nigerian and a white lady, and she is an MP in the British Parliament. That tells you history. It tells you a story. So let's exploit that story. Let's make the relationship stronger. It's already deep, it's already strong, so we can make it stronger. So I don't foresee any problem as far as this issue is concerned. The only thing for us is to double up, to roll our sleeves, and to pursue our conviction.
Okay. Imagine you're addressing Nigerian companies.
Yes.
So, okay, if these guys approach you, do this, what will you be telling them?
I tell them, let them be honest. Let them be straightforward, let them be honest, and let them speak the truth. Nothing to hide. If you have deficiencies, those guys we are bringing, they will complement those deficiencies. So once you speak the truth and you want to pursue business, I'm sure the sky is your limit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Hassan Mohammed Hassan. Hassan Mohammed Hassan is the head of the Industry, Trade and Investment Desk of the Nigerian High Commission in London, and also director in the Foreign Affairs Ministry. He facilitated through that desk a UK delegation to Nigeria, and they went the whole hog. And it is clear here that from what he has told us on the program, in a matter of months or just about a year, the trade volume between Nigeria and the UK will jack off from where it is to a better level. So that is the most we can take on the program today, and we hope and believe that will bring you more very vibrant issues on diplomatic ties. All I will say, Hassan, thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you.
And we hope and believe that, just like you said, in 3 months, you're coming with yet another team of a trade delegation to Nigeria to boost the ties between Nigeria and the UK.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully. Thank you.
On behalf of all of us here, make it with us, same time, same station. Bye-bye.